Well, welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee. We're here each and every day doing this thing of life together. So, the question I asked today was, can you be too loving? Can you be in a state of love too much? I would venture to say that love is our natural state. Love is our state of connection with the divine. So the only thing that we can be is degrees of not expressing love. Not that we go over 100% love. We can't go over that because we are love. That's the essential nature of who we are. And our life with the contrast is a constant journey to reconnect with us being 100% love. And I want you to really get clear here that love does not mean liking. Love does not mean liking. Liking takes us into the world of contrast, vibrational frequencies that are matches or mismatches. But love is the state of seeing everything as perfect, seeing everything as perfect as it is right now, knowing that in this universe, there's always perfect balance. In fact, anything that we perceive through the filters of our senses. And when we perceive it through the filters of our senses, we see it based on our perceptions, which our perceptions determine what we like and what we don't like. So liking is a whole different thing than loving. Loving is seeing the perfection of life. Life is seeing everything in balance. Life is seeing the yin and yang and all of that. You know, the balance is like yesterday, for example, I did a really good workout on the back and biceps, and I was feeling it. I was feeling really sore. So there's the contrast, right? I accepted the fact that I was sore because it was a natural outpicturing of stressing your muscles. It's a natural outpicturing for your muscles to grow. But because the stress was there this morning, I said, how can I balance that out? Well, of course, you knew I would do one of my cold tubs, which I've done now 16 days in a row. I posted it on Facebook. So today I got in, and the water was 51. Not the coldest. The coldest I've been in here is 50. It'll get colder when the temperature gets colder, but 51 today. Normally I stay 2 minutes, but today I felt out of balance because of the inflammation I felt because of weightlifting. So I stood in for 3 minutes today, and it was easy breezy for me. It wasn't that I liked it. I was just bringing balance to my life. You see, I believe the process of loving is about bringing yourself into balance, seeing both sides so that there's no negative charge to an event, no negative charge to a person. I don't know if that makes sense to you, because I know we've been brainwashed into believing that love is something romantic, and it has nothing to do with romance. Romance are infatuation. That's what romance is. Romance is a state of infatuation. Because if you've been in relationships, and I'll talk with everyone out there, Zoe, Maggie, Carol, Rodney, Easy, Moniqua, and Lalitha, and Douglas. You've all been in relationships. The romance wears off, doesn't it? The infatuation wears off. Because it's us getting attached to the newness of an energy vibration that a person is bringing into our lives. But for that relationship to go on past the infatuation stage, there has to be a sense of love where you're accepting that person and they're accepting you in your totality, the yin and the yang of you. And then you form a basis for that relationship. And that basis is the agreements that you have. And the agreements that I would have would be to support and grow each other. And on that journey of support and growth, to share with each other, and then add in this element to have fun with each other. And at the same time, give each other the freedom to be their unique self. You see, when you give someone the freedom to be their unique self, ultimate act of love. You cannot be more loving than to give someone the freedom to be their authentic self and never have to worry about judging them. Let me say, beautiful to hear about unconditional love. This is such a great topic. It's my favorite topic. It's what I teach. I teach how to better self-love through conscious living. It is the first chapter in my book, The Power in You, the power of knowing what love is. And all love begins and ends with you. Until you love yourself more, you can't love anything else or anyone more. You may like them, but it's not love. Love is different. We forget that love is who we are. We forget we came from a state where love was just the natural state. But we came into this world to experience, to have contrast, to know love at a deeper level, to be challenged to getting into this state of love. Not that it's easy breezy. Being in a state of love, being in a state of non-judgment, that's what love is, being in a state of non-judgment. That's not easy. That's not easy in today's world. It's never been easy in the world. As long as there's contrast, it's not easy. But it's the way that gives you the greatest inner feeling of peace, the inner connection that you have. So when we do our healing sessions like we did yesterday, calling healing through love, all we're doing is we're getting into a state of oneness. We're not looking at disease. We're looking at perfection. We're looking at everything being perfect, everything being love. And in that state of love, when we create that coherent heart, that coherent mind that are elevated to the highest emotion of love and gratitude, when we come into that energy and we come together as a group and we bring someone that's in a state of dis-ease into that state of high elevated emotion, high elevated energy, collectively lifting that energy within them, not only do they heal, but we have a healing. You cannot help heal when you're in a state of love. It's when we're not in a state of love that we don't heal. It's the body's natural state is to be in perfect health. But what takes it out of that state? Stress. Where does stress come from? Judgment. Is judgment the opposite of love? Yes. So let's get this really clear. There's no such thing as conditional love. No, Lee, there is. No, there isn't. You either love someone 100% or you don't love them. If you look at your child and you say, I love you when you're being a good boy, being a good girl, you're not loving them. You're liking them and you're domesticating them. You're training them to be a specific way to please you. And eventually, you know what happens with that. They bust out of that. They say, stop this stuff. I think that's why so many people are screwed up today, because their parents never really loved them. And it's not their parents did it purposely. They just didn't know any better. They didn't know any better. My parents didn't know any better. That's how I was able to forgive and to move on from them. I realized my mom and dad couldn't do any better than they did. They didn't know what love was. They had no clue what love was. But they gave me the tools to figure it out for myself. And for that, I can love them. I not only love them, I love them no matter what. But I like them. My memory of them is fond. Because they did the best they could. Here's something else. You're doing the best you can. But now that you've got a little bit more information, you might be able to do a little bit better. Why not be the best that you can be? Why not be a little less judgmental today? Why not be love showing up in the world as you? There's no greater gift you could give the world. There's no greater gift you could give yourself. Why not give the gift now? Make it a great day, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Aloha.